The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Audra Charles Zulica Silver is working overtime in Nice to seduce Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, in order to break him and Claire Newman, Haley, Aaron up. If she accomplishes this, she score funding for her cosmetics company. Audra has come up with a great strategy to make Kyle look like a bad boyfriend. But if she accomplishes this goal, will she out him? Or try and cover things up? Audra Charles promised she wouldn't cross a line. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Audra had made a promise to Victor Newman, Eric Bredin, that she would break Kyle up but not cross a line herself. After all, she's in a committed relationship and truly loves Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic. While she'd love nothing more than to run her own cosmetics empire, she assured the mustache's success without jumping into bed with Kyle. With that said, could she get swept up in emotion, enjoy a one-night stand with Kyle in Nice, get the goods she needs to get to break up his romance, but then backtrack? Audra's bond. Kyle and Audra have bonded in Nice. What started off as fighting turned to banter, and is now heavy flirting on both ends. Even Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, took notice during the Friday, July 11th episode. While he questioned their working relationship, he did agree to delay his Aristotle Dumas reveal to accommodate Audra's publicity stunt idea to create hype for their two companies. The July 11th episode ended with Kyle and Audra slipping into her train car to celebrate Kane's decision, and it's hard not to think these two could be close to crossing a line. Still, as Audra gets wrapped up in emotion, forgetting the goal to make Kyle look bad, could she hit the sheets with him and realize she's just ruined her relationship with Nate? If so, will she decide against exposing Kyle and getting funding for her company from Victor to hide her one-night stand with Kyle? Will her guilt about what she's done get the better of her? Will Audra's guilt cause her to cover up her indiscretions with Kyle in Nice? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the new CBS soap regularly for all the drama, and check out this site often for the best Young and the Restless news, updates, and spoilers. 1. Prelude. Kane's master plan emerges. It all starts in elegant France, at Kane Ashby's heavily guarded estate. After months of shadowy maneuvering, Kane Billy Flynn finally reveals his hidden agenda. He is the secret billionaire Aristotle Dumas, plotting from behind the scenes. His plan? Sowing chaos in Genoa City, specifically by engineering the downfall of Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman's seemingly stable romance. Kane taps Audra Charles to be his Pied Piper to Kyle. Victor Newman, Eric Bredin, has already long expressed dissatisfaction with Kyle and Claire as a couple and sees potential in Audra as an instigator. She accepts the assignment. Seduce Kyle, or at least make it look like she has, and thus break up the couple. In exchange, she's promised a brand new company of her own under Victor's banner. She's ambitious, confident, and convinced she can control the outcome. Point 2. Act 1. Audra's gamble, physical or not. Audra returns to Genoa City with the mission firmly in hand. She confides in Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, that seducing Kyle is feasible since she's done it before, but playing that card now could cost everything with her current fiancé Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic. She believes she can keep things strictly professional, tempt Kyle, get him to slip, and step back before anything becomes irreversible. Meanwhile, Kyle is blissfully unaware of the larger forces swirling around him. His attention is focused on Claire, connecting, working toward moving in together. Their relationship appears steady, but vulnerabilities linger. 3. Act 2. The French footage and push toward betrayal. Back in France, Kane records interaction between Audra and Kyle as they pitch a perfume competition. Their chemistry is undeniable. Kane decides not to unveil his identity yet, instead delaying it to give the seduction mission time to play out. The cameras likely captured a private moment where Audra subtly flirts, perhaps even feigns a kiss. If the footage makes it to Claire anonymously, she believe Kyle cheated. She turned to Holden Novak, Nathan Owens for comfort, and perhaps something deeper blossoms there. 4. Act 3. Audra's guilt intensifies despite her confidence. Audra begins to unravel emotionally. She carries guilt not for betraying Kyle but for jeopardizing things with Nate, who stands as the stable, loving partner she truly respects. Every whispered word to Kyle starts to feel like betrayal. She privately assures Nate everything is fine, telling him, "I've got this, I have too." But behind closed doors, tears, and second-guessing, she wonders if the prize company under Victor justifies the damage to real relationships. 5. Act 4. Kyle's reaction for furious words when The betrayal hits home whether through Kane's video or rumors Kyle explodes. Spoilers, hint, he may utter laborish words like, "You'll pay for this." He grapples with the concept that Audra may have tricked him as part of Victor's scheme. He vows to hold her hand Victor accountable. Meanwhile, Claire is rocked by what she sees, turning for solace to Holden. Emotional boundaries blur. 6. Act V. Audra's cover-up denial, distance, damage control caught in the storm. Audra doubles down on denial, publicly insisting nothing happened, it was all misinterpreted. She claims professional curiosity and genuine reconnecting but not cheating. Audra frames it as a professional revisit of old storyline. A business partnership reboot. She distances herself from both Kyle and Nate, refusing calls, avoiding confrontations, delivering prepared speeches about boundaries and misunderstandings. She's trying to protect Nate from learning too much, while saving face with Victor's alliance. 7. Emotional fallout. Nate, Sally, and Claire. Nate, initially stunned and hurt. Audra's vague explanations don't align with believing purely innocent intentions. He becomes suspicious. Audra is crafty, carefully managing each narrative slip to keep him from walking away. Sally, watching Audra spiral but powerless, she reconfirms that Audra is playing with fire. As a friend, she knows the storyline will blow up, and her warnings intensify, but Audra insists it's still controllable. Claire, a whirlwind of grief after Cole Howard's death, suspicion, heartbreak. She starts leaning harder on Holden, who carefully plays the supporting friend and, maybe something more. She hasn't realized Holden is Kane's pawn yet. 8. Parallel threads. Victor's control, Holden's role. Meanwhile, Kane as Aristotle, Dumas and Victor orchestrate events from their respective sidelines. Kane pushes video to Claire. Victor subtly pressures Audra to continue fueling discord. Holden maintains his friendly presence with Claire, steady and safe eggs as planned. 9. Act 6. The confession that never is. In a private moment, Audra almost confesses everything to Nate, but fear stops her. She can't bring herself to admit the seduction was staged, with her heart half playing out a lie. She convinces herself that if nothing physical happened between her and Kyle, she hasn't truly betrayed Nate. Painful rationalization. 10. Turning point. Claire moves to Holden. Claire receives the footage, or the rumor rings true, and heartbreak erupts. She confronts Kyle. He denies cheating but admits closeness. Claire, emotional and raw, distances herself. She turns to Holden. He provides genuine comfort, empathy. Something tender grows. Audra watches this unfold from afar in France, realizing her mission was executed but at a terrible cost. She helped dismantle Kyle and Claire, but she nearly destroyed her own relationship. 2. 11. Climactic scene. Audra confronts Victor faced with the emotional carnage. Audra travels back to Kane's Estator Victor's office. She demands the promised company or threatens to expose everything. Victor brushes her aside, reminding her of her contract and expectant obedience. But Audra's desperation peaks. She knows she's sacrificed something important for a hollow victory. 12. Resolution of Act 1. Shattered bonds and future sets. Claire and Kyle. Their relationship is shattered. Claire remains emotionally hurt, and now suspicious not just of Kyle, but of everyone around him. Claire and Holden draw closer, possibly hinting at a budding romance photographed by Kane's plan. Audra and Nate, on fragile ground. Nate's trust is waning. Audra may soon face a choose or lose moment. Audra and Victor, their alliance strains. She is questioning her part in Victor's manipulations, maybe for the first time. Kane, Dumas' mission may be successful, yet he underestimates Claire's darker side, as hinted by Jordan's warnings. 13. Epilogue. What lies ahead? The fallout sets multiple arcs spinning. Will Audra confess fully, break with Victor, and rebuild trust with Nator? Reveal everything to expose the manipulations? Will Kyle fight back by working with Claire to unmask Victor's game and reclaim their relationship? Will Claire truly trust Holden, or discover his own role in Kane's scheme before she surrenders to something deeper? Will Victor and Kane's alignment fracture, as Audra reconsiders the emotional collateral of their plan? 14. Themes and character arcs. Ambition. V's integrity. Audra's climb toward professional stature costs her emotional honesty. She trades love for power, and questions what's left. Deception versus truth. Kane and Victor weave multiple layers of deception. Audra initially believes she controls it, but, in the end, deception controls her. Grief and vulnerability. Claire's grieving state makes her susceptible to manipulation but also ready to find genuine comfort in new veins. Romantic replacement. Holden's emergence as emotional substitute for Claire sets the stage for shifting dynamics and potential romantic